Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome. Hopefully you're having a good start to 2025. We're having a good start. This is our third new game of the year already, and it's only January 5th. This is our third brand new, never before played game, and of course we're talking about Talisman, the Magical Quest game, 5th edition. This is no longer under Fantasy Flight. This is now back, I believe, back at Avalon Hill. So Avalon Hill is now producing Talisman, the 5th edition. So there is some differences between 4th edition and 5th edition. Not a whole lot of differences, I would say, in general terms. But there is some differences. So we're going to be trying this out and giving it a whirl. We're going to be drawing 3 random characters. There is 12 characters in the base box. You have the sorcerer, the elf, the monk, the priest, the ghoul, the assassin, the dwarf, the thief, the wizard, the prophetess, the warrior, the troll, and that is it. So we will shuffle these up. We'll draw 3 of them and put those characters on the board and start the game. I'm just going to be playing all 3 factions. I'm going to be playing all 3 people to the best of my ability, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so let's take you to the table. Here it is. As you can see, I'm shuffling these up. And then what I like to do, I don't have a 12-sided dice handy. I've got a bazillion of them, but I don't feel like digging it out. So I'm just going to roll a 20-sided dice. This will be number 1. Number 12 will be the one on the bottom. And we'll roll. If I roll between 1 and 12, that'll be the 17. No. Try again. 20. No. Let's try one more time. 7. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The dwarf. Congratulations, dwarf. You're in the first. You're in the first game. All right. The dwarf starts with a gold. He starts with 5 fate. Oh my God. That's a lot of fate tokens. Alright, 5 fate tokens and 5 life. And 5 life. And then he has a craft of 3. And I do use green for life. Crafting is going to be blue, and life strength is going to be red. Strength of 3. So 1, 2, 3. All right. The dwarf's special abilities. Let's look at the dwarf. You may choose not to roll in the crags or the chasm. If you roll, you must accept the results. You can evade creatures and characters in the hills, so you can evade anything he doesn't want to fight in those. And also, when rolling in the cave, you may add 1 to the die roll. The cave. You only need roll 2 dice in the mines. And you're unaffected by the maze guard. Okay, so that's the dwarf. And what I like to do is just put all my characters out in the middle of the board, because you don't use the middle of the board until the very, very end of the game anyways. So once that happens, I'll move them out of there. So we got number 1, number 11 down at the bottom. We are going to be rolling and getting number 5. That is 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a number 5. the Prophecies. You begin the game with the spell. Okay. Begin the game with the spell. If you ever run out of spells, immediately draw a new spell, ensuring that you always have at least one spell. Once per turn, whenever you must draw adventure cards, you may discard one drawn card of your choice that you do not wish to encounter and draw a new card to replace it. That is huge. And anytime you may look at the spell cards of another player. Wow. Okay, so she starts with a spell card. These are the spell cards. Shuffle these up. There's not a bazillion of them, which there's only like, I don't know, maybe 20 or 25. She's going to start with Divination Spell. Cast at the start of your turn before you move. Look at the top 5 cards of the adventure deck without showing them to anyone else, then return them in the same order. So she can kind of see what's coming up. And I'm just going to put that sideways beneath her for right now. And then she has strength of 2. Not very strong. A craft of 4, which is very strong. 1, 2, 3, and 4. She has 2 fates, 1 gold, and 4 life. 4 life. There we go. All right. And that's her setup. What I might do is just actually squish this underneath there. Okay. And we have one more character, which is going to be 10. There's 10 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to turn this 20-sided dice into 2 10-sided dice. So we won't need to re-roll. We'll shuffle it up just to make sure nobody thinks I'm cheating here to get my certain characters in, which I don't know why you would. 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The Assassin. All right. So you know all the characters we're not playing with. Pretty decent artwork. Very nice artwork, actually. I'm going to give it an A on the artwork. I like the artwork. Very realistic. Very, fantasy themed. And I really like it. Very nice. Thumbs up with the artwork. All right. Oh, and now I need to get the minis out. So there is minis in this game as well. We have the dwarf, which is going to be this character. Does it tell us where he starts? Oh, starts in the Craigs. So there's the dwarf. Congratulations, dwarf. We have the prophecies. Let's see. She's kind of like got a crystal ball. Is there one character with the crystal ball? There we go. She starts in the chapel. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're going to get married. All right. That looks very assassin-y for sure. All right. So there we go. And he's going to start in the city, which is over there. Alrighty. So, assassin strength of 3. One, 2, 3. Alright. What else is he? Craft of 3. craft of strength of 3, craft of 3, life of 4. One, 2, 3, 4 life. 3 fate tokens. 1, 2, and 3 fate tokens. And a gold. Gold. Lovely. Now let's put out their character token. So he is evil. The prophetess is good. And the dwarf is neutral. So we have one of everything, which is a little weird. Alright, and now I'm going to roll to see who is the first character. So what we'll do... So use our little Eldritch horror thing is which character is currently taking their turn. Alright, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the prophetess gets, well, it makes sense. She would know ahead of time what number to draw out of the hat to become first player. Well, it makes complete sense. Alright. So one of the new rules about movements is you can now, let me just look at the rule again. So, fate dice. So one of the main rules, anything that's different in the rule booklet is highlighted with this nice little symbol. After rolling your movement die, you may pay 1 fate token to ignore that roll completely and instead move your figure up to 6 spaces in either direction to a space unoccupied by another character. So a good thing I saw that. So you can, let's say she goes and rolls, she doesn't like it because that's a 1. Oh no, I don't want to move 1 space. That's terrible. I want to roll again. She can spend a fate token to move up to 6 spaces and end up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wherever you want, up to 6 spaces away, but you cannot land on another character spot. So it prevents the assassin from killing everyone very quickly. Because the assassin has a special ability. Because we didn't look at this yet. When you battle any character or creature with strength, you can choose to assassinate them. If you cannot assassinate when you are attacked by another character. So only when he or she attacks a character. When you assassinate, your battle takes place as normal, except your opponent does not get to even roll a dice to add it to their strength. So if the assassin was trying to attack the prophetess, he would get to add a d6, and 4 plus 3 is 7. She only gets her 2 strength. So yes, he completely assassinated her. If you win the battle using the assassination, the opponent loses 1 life. You cannot take objects or gold as a reward. So you're trying to kill him, not steal things from him. Alright, so that is a look at our 3 characters. We got our dice. We got all our other tokens. Let's shuffle. Here is the encounter deck. Very good looking cards. You can see lots of different choices, lots of different things going on. And we will shuffle this up. We got our spell deck. We have also your different items you can collect: swords, water bottle, armor, axes, helmets, mules, rafts, shields, and of course your very special talisman, which you're going to need to enter into the cavern. And into the caverns, to the cavern of the crypt, or whatever it's called, the very end space. I can't even think of the name of it right this second. Wow, that's pretty bad. Yeah, The end place where the boss resides. That place. Yeah, of course. All right, let's get to this and get the game underway. That's setup. Pretty much you saw setup from start to finish. Not very hard, not too complex. And let's get to it. D6 for our prophecies. She rolls a 3. 1, 2, 3, so she can go to the woods. 1, 2, 3, go to the plains. Each one is just going to draw a card. She will go to the woods and draw a card. Now, she's got a special ability. Once per turn, whenever you draw an adventure card, you can discard one drawn and draw a new one. So she can draw this one. If she doesn't like it, she can turn it in and draw a new one. A shadow. Enemy spirit, craft of 2. That's pretty good for her. She's got a craft of 4. A shadow lurks in the dark corner of this area. It will remain here until it's defeated. Upon defeat, collect this item as a trophy. So she will take it on. She will take it on. So she's got a 4. And he has a 2. I think I'll just use these dice. All right. So 4 versus 2. So she's up 2 on it. All right, I'm just looking to see if she can do anything else. All right, here she goes. She rolled a 4, plus her 4 is 8. The shadow rolls a 2, plus a 1. Nope. So she has defeated this shadow, which has a craft of 2. So I'm just going to put that card right there. It's going to get crowded. And we move on to the assassin. The assassin's over there in the city by the bay. All right, the city, you can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can come to the fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the plains. He's going to try and stay near the dwarf so he can try to assassinate him. So come to the fields. And he will draw a card. And it's a magical portal place. The magical portal will remain here for the rest of the game. You may roll if you wish to use it. If you roll a die, you're teleported to a space. If you roll 1, you go to the crags, which is there. 2 gets you to the village, which is here. 3 is the city over there. 4 is the Warlock's Cave, which is going to be huge. 5 is the temple, which is here. And 6 is the Plain of Barrels, which is the entrance to get into... Oh no, that's the Portal of Power. The Plains of Barrel. Where is that? Yeah, here it is, right here. You get inside. You get inside. So this can be a little dangerous because it could teleport you into the center area. If you're not ready for that, you'll experience some very difficult things. All right, so that is just going to stay right there for the rest of the game. And we move on to Mr. Dwarf. The dwarf is 3. 1, 2, 3. You can go to the fields. 1, 2, 3. Go to the hills. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Go to the fields. Draw a... actually, hang on. 1, 2, 3. The hills. He's better in the hills. He can evade creatures and characters in the hills. So he can evade bad things. Hills. It has an angel has arrived. The angel has arrived. If you are good, gain a life. If you're evil, lose a life. If you're neutral, nothing happens and discard. The dwarf is actually neutral, so nothing happens. The angel neither chooses to help him nor hurt him. Nice artwork. Very good looking card, as you can see. Nice clean text. Everything's coming along just fine. But unfortunately for the dwarf, He neither gains power nor loses power, and we move on to the Prophecies again. And you can see turns go very, very quickly in this game. One space. You can go to the graveyard, which would not be good for her because she is good. She would lose a life to go there. So she's going to come right here, which is a way to cross over this way if you want to fight the Sentinel. But she's choosing not to fight the Sentinel, so she will draw a card. So what she's going to do, actually, is she's going to use her divination spell. Cast at the start of your turn before you move. So she cannot use her spell yet. Sorry. She will have to wait till next turn. Alright. So she will draw a card, and her card is the Holy Lance. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is very nice. No evil character may possess the Holy Lance. Add 1 to strength during battles against non-dragons, and add 3 to your strength during battles against dragons. The Holy Lance. She has been blessed with the Holy Lance. So +1 to battle, so she's a little bit tougher now, actually. So what I'm going to do is put items underneath there. And we'll put creatures. She's beaten over here like this, upside down. There we go. All right, and we're off to the assassin. Now the assassin's like, targets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The graveyard. He is evil, so he gains a fate or rolls a die to pray. He ignores, gain 2 fate, or gain his spell. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can go right back to the city. Nope, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes to the graveyard. The assassin is evil. He can just gain a fate. Or he can roll 1 die to pray. And on 1 to 4, nothing happens. On a 5, he gains 2 fate. And on a 6, he gains his spell. So he's not going to risk it. He's just simply going to take his fate and like it and move on. So his turn is done. We go back to the dwarf. The dwarf. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the plains. Yep, he's going to go in the plains. Draw a card. It is, here we go. It is an ogre. Ogre. It is a strength of 5. An ogre has decided this area is easy pickings. It will remain here until it's defeated. Upon defeat, collect this card as a trophy. It's a big boy one, though. Alright, the dwarf has got a strength of 3. You can't do anything with the plains. So he will have to fight. Ogre needs to roll really low on the black die and have the dwarf roll really high in his die. So obviously the characters are going to use this. Monster or enemy is just going to use this very plain dice. The ogre has attacked the poor dwarf and he has killed the dwarf. So 2 plus 5 is 7. 1 plus 3 is 4. That is a 1. No, it's a 6. I'm sorry. That is a 6. The talisman is a 6, not a 1. Okay, so wait a minute. 6, 7, 8, 9. He has a 7. The dwarf, the mighty dwarf, has killed the ogre in one swoop with the axe and chopped the ogre's head off. He has taken him as a treasure. And I believe he can then immediately turn that in for a level up. Let's just make sure you don't have to do that like at the beginning of your turn, but we'll see. Hang on a second. Hang on, everyone. Hold on just to your pantyhose. Alright, what am I looking for? I'm looking for upgrading your character. Okay, creatures, right, got it. Adventure cards, yes, right, got it. Okay. Casting and gaining spells, becoming a toad, items. How come I didn't find what I'm looking for? Why is that? I'm sure it's in here somewhere. It's just a matter of finding it. Selecting your characters. Yeah, we don't care about that. If you ever give, you get to gain strength you by exchanging trophies and through encounters. Yes, okay. Exchanging trophies would be a great title to a section in the book. Would be awesome. Using rafts. We know all this stuff. What about drawing cards, encountering a space, drawing cards, Warlock's Cave, Crown of Command. That's what I couldn't think of the name of. Encountering a creature, multiple enemies. No. What do we do with these enemies when we kill them? Oh my god. Yes, I understand. Yes, you collect it, but what? How do you turn it in now? To kill a spirit, you kill any of these enemies, keep the card as a trophy to exchange for strength counter. To exchange a trophy or multiple, the total strength of the enemy cards must meet or exceed your current strength. Oh, so that is different than it used to be. So the dwarf's current strength is 3. He could turn this in and bump it up 1 because it's 5. Or he can wait and maybe try to kill something that's got a value of 4. But no, he's going to immediately turn this in and upgrade. So now I do remember reading that. It is different in this edition. And I actually like that. That you don't normally. I think it was always 5. Just turn in 5 strength worth to go up. 5 strength to go up. Now you have to turn in more than what your strength is to go up. So in that case, she's got a craft of 4. She's going to need some more. Okay, so that's the dwarf turn. Not a bad turn. He killed an ogre. That's always a good thing. We got the prophetess here. Now, at the start of your turn, before you move, look at the top 5 cards of the adventure deck without showing them to anyone else. Then return them back in the same order. So she's going to cast this. Bling! And she immediately gets another new spell. If you ever run out of spells, immediately draw a new spell card, ensuring that you always have at least 1 spell. So she will get Preservation. Cast as required on any character, follower, or enemy card. If cast on a character or follower, when they would lose a life or be defeated, it prevents the loss of life or defeat. If cast on an enemy, it prevents the enemy from being defeated. This encounter is considered a tie. So it can help you prevent other characters from defeating enemies or prevent yourself from being defeated as well. That's cool. All right, so she sees the top 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And they go back in this order. We're going to look at we'll look at number 1 is, it's a bag of gold. All right. Then we have another bag of gold. Oh, this is 2 bags of gold. Then we have a goblin. Then we have a demon, and then we have a scepter. Now, nobody else would know this. So she knows for her turn, she's more than likely, unless she can go to a spot where she can draw 2 cards, then she can get a double bag of gold. So she would like the double bag of gold. So can she go to an area? Because some of the areas, like the ruins, they'll let you draw 2 cards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two to chapel. She is good. Or she can go to the graveyard, which she doesn't want to go to the graveyard because she's good. She would just take damage going there. Or she can spend a fate to move up to 6 spaces. Yeah, she can't get to any spot that gives her drawing 2 cards, right? 1 card, 1 card, 1 card, 1 card, 1. Now there is some on the inside, but she'd have to defeat, this before she could make it in there. So she's actually going to do that. She's going to discard a fate. She wants to get away from the assassin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's going to go all the way to the woods. And that only allows her to draw 1 card. And I bet you, I'm just thinking, let me think about this. I'm thinking bag of gold. I'm thinking bag of gold. Am I right? Oh, look at that. It's a bag of gold. Look at that. Immediately gain a bag of gold. How lovely. I am a genius. There's just not a lot of room for me to be put on the map on the screen, is there? I guess we'll just make it a little bit small. This way you can see me. Hi, everyone. How you doing today? You having a good day? I hope you're having a good day. All right, so that is the prophecies. We will go to the assassin. The assassin's mad. Everyone ran away. Like, what are you scared of? What are you scared of? What are you scared of? 2. He will go 1, 2 and draw a card. He's not going to fight the sentinel. That just doesn't make sense. Oh, look, I found 2 bags of gold. Oh, how convenient. For me, I found 2 gold. Ha, ha, ha. Again, very nice artwork on all these cards so far. Very nice impressions of the look and feel of this game so far. I like some of the changes to the rules, actually, so far. So that is the assassin's turn. We will go to the dwarf. The dwarf, the dwarf, the dwarf, the dwarf. 1. He can go to the crags because you can choose not to roll in the crags or chasm. If you roll, you must accept the result. You can evade creatures and characters in the hills. When rolling in the cave, you add 1 to the die roll. You need not roll a die when attempting to open the portal of power with craft. You need only 2 dice in the mines, and you are unaffected by the maze card. That's what the dwarf does. So, I think think he wants to go to the caverns over. Roll one die. Or roll a die. Caverns, but he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any special ability for the caverns, which is interesting. So he only rolled a 1? Really? He could go and fight her, but he's not. He's just going to go in there and say, hi, and I'm here, but I'm going to go and encounter the space. He doesn't want to take on the prophets. He doesn't see any need in fighting her. Although taking the Holy Lance from her, he could, because he's neutral. He could possess it. Let me think about this. Hold up, everyone. He has a strength of 4. She has a strength of 2. She's got preservation spell. Casting as required on any character, foul, or enemy card. To cast on a character, foul, or when they would lose a life or be defeated. It prevents the loss of life or defeat. So she can't be defeated in a fight. So the dwarf knows this. Yeah, it would be stupid to attack her, so he's just going to fight a goblin. So he's just on a rampage here. Dwarf is just killing everyone. So the goblin has a strength of 2. He has a strength currently of 4, so he's 2 higher than the goblin. The goblin rolled a 1, so that's 3. He rolls 4 plus 2 is 6. He has defeated the goblin. Again, he needs to turn in 5 strength to go up, so he'll just hold that for later. Moving on. The prophetess says, oh, hey, thanks for not attacking me. I appreciate that. I will remember you later. 3. 1, 2, 3, the fields. 1, 2, 3. She can come back to the magical portal, but 1, 2, 3, going to the fields. A demon. Well, she's going to use her special ability to redraw. Once per turn, whenever you must draw an adventure card, you may discard one drawn card of your choice that you do not wish to encounter and draw a new card to replace it. So instead of fighting the demon, she's going to get the scepter, which is a craft of 3. She has a craft of 4. So it's 4 versus 3. She's 1 up on it. And she's got 4 plus 5, 9. He's got 3 plus 2, 5. So she wins. And now she can turn in both of these cards for a craft of 5, which beats her 4. So her craft is going to go up to 5. Dun, dun, dun. All right, and next up is the assassin. 1 for the assassin. He's going to go to the hills. A healer, a stranger, has shown up. Again, really nice artwork in this so far. Very nice. Very nice artwork. All right. The healer has made his home here for the rest of the game. She will heal any character that encounters this card up to 2 lives per visit, not exceeding their starting life value. So if you've been injured, you can come back and get some healing from the healer. All right, so we got a portal over there. We got a healer here. That's good. And poor assassin, once again, didn't get anything for himself. Now we're back to the dwarf. 6. Remember, that's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can go to the woods. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come over here. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to the woods. It's a bear. Bear has got a strength of 3. He has a strength of 4. So he's 1 up on the bear. He rolls a 6 plus 4 is 10. The bear rolls a 3 plus 2 is 5. The bear is dead. The dwarf is murdering everything out there. And now he is going to turn in a bear and a goblin for 5 strength, which beats his 4 strength. So he's going to go up 1 strength. He has now got a 5 strength. The dwarf is gathering his strength. Nicely done by the dwarf. Next up is the prophetess, who's gotten a bunch of her craft up. The assassin hasn't got anything done other than he's gotten some gold. He can come over to the blacksmith and try and get some stuff to help him. 3 for the prophetess. 1, 2, 3. She could go attack the dwarf if she wanted to. Not that she wants to. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. She's just going to go to the woods and encounter the woods. It's an ape of strength 3. She's going to try and defeat the ape. Now, she's only at 2, but she has a Holy Lance, which gives her +1. So it's a 3 versus 3. So it's whichever die rolls higher wins. Whichever die rolls higher wins. And she has beaten the ape. Wow. These characters are on a roll. All right. And she's going to immediately turn in the ape because her strength is a 2. This is a strength of 3. And she will level up her strength. Look at us go. Leveling these stats up like a beast. Alright, assassin is like, I want to kill you all. Graveyard, roll a die, gain a fate. We'll go to the Craigs now. 1, 2, 3. He's going to go back to the graveyard. He's going to roll a die and see if he can gain some fate or some spells. He needs a 5 or a 6. He got a 5, so he's going to gain 2 fate. Wow, he's got a ton of fates now. He is loaded for fate. He's got 2, 4, 6 fates. Wow, that is a lot of fates. Alright, back. Oh, that was the assassin, so we're already to the dwarf already. Turns are going quick, going like crazy. The dwarf is ready to go. Dwarf rolls a 2, go to the caverns or go to the tavern. And of course, I would have to read that upside down, but it says... you know what I can do to make my life a little bit easier is I can actually bring up my other thing and try to read it from that. Hang on a second. We need to tell it not to autofocus would be great. There we go. Alright, let's see what that says. Tavern. You roll a die. If you roll 1, lose a life. In a brawl. 2, gamble and lose a gold. 3, gamble and gain a gold. 4, listen to the minstrel. Listen to the minstrel's fate. Gain 1 fate. 5, a wizard offers you to teleport you to any other region, space, on your next move. And 6, a ferryman offers a free passage to the temple as your next move. Alright. That is a great use of that extra camera that we have. Awesome use. Yes, the dwarf, 1, 2. He's going to go over there. He would like to roll really high. 3, which was... gamble and gain 1 gold. So the dwarf is going to gamble and gain a gold. Alright. That's the dwarf. Prophecies. 6. She can come to the forest or the woods. She comes to the forest. So 1 to 3. She's attacked by a brigand and loses a life. 4 to 5. Nothing happens. On a 6. A stranger guides you. Gain 1 craft. No, she's not going to risk that. She's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's going to go to the woods and draw a card. The card is a Shrine Palace. This shrine will remain here for the rest of the game. Roll a die to pray. 1, nothing happens. 2, gain a fate. 3, gain a gold. 4, gain a spell. 5, gain a life. 6, teleport to any space. Shrine will stay there. We got a healer. We got a magical portal. We got a shrine. We got lots of things going on here. Assassin. Fields. Go to the healer in the hills. He's just going to go 1, 2, 3. Actually, he's got some money, and before somebody does something crazy and casts a spell, you know what? He's going to just spend a fate. So one of the new rules with the 5th edition, you can spend a fate and move anywhere up to 6 spaces away, but you cannot go where there's already a character. So there's nobody here, so he's going to go 1, 2, and go to the blacksmith. And now the blacksmith, he can buy... Oh, this is not the blacksmith. Here's the blacksmith. He can get a sword, add 1 strength to his battle. A water bottle. No, he can only buy a helmet, sword, axe, shield, and armor. Let's see. Armor. When defeated in battle and lose a life, roll a die. How much does that cost? 3 gold. He has 3 gold. Axe. Add 1 to your strength in battle. Axe costs 2. A sword costs 1. And the sword does the same thing, I think. Sword, add 1. Yeah, so he's going to spend 1 gold. Purchase any if available. So he's going to spend a gold for that. And get a sword. And... he cannot... Oh, he can get the shield. Yeah. He's going to spend 2 gold to get the shield. He's got the sword and shield. The assassin, yes. Crazy. Got the sword and the shield. Okay. But he's broke. But sometimes carrying around money is never a good thing in this game anyways. So, too many cards and such that will try to take it away from you. So there's his sword and shield. That was a... Yeah, he's happy with that. Dwarf. Now he didn't get the teleport or anything, so he's got to roll for his movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fields. He'll come over here. Everyone is kind of staying away from the crazy assassin. Ooh, the rune sword. Look at that bad boy. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Magical object weapon. No good character may possess the rune sword. Well, fortunately, the dwarf is neutral. So no good character may possess the rune sword. Add 1 to your strength during battle. And when you use the rune sword in battle to defeat an enemy or another character and cause them to lose a life, you gain a life. Oh boy. This, other characters, like especially the assassin, are eyeing this one because this would be very nice to have. That's why we can't have good. That's why we can't have nice things. All right, the prophecies. The prophecies. Yeah, okay. 1. Oops. Whoa. A field. A devil. Event. She is good. She would lose life, so she's going to choose to draw a new adventure card and ignore this one. 2 bags of gold. Well, look at that. 2 gold. Isn't that nice? The assassin's like, give me that sword, dwarf. 5. Gonna go to the fields. Axe. Add 1 to strength during battle. You may build a raft when you are in the woods or the forest. Really? In the woods or the forest, you can build a raft to cross over and get into the inner region. So now he's got a sword and an axe. And does it say anything in the rules about, hey, you can only carry so many weapons into battle? That, my friend, is a great question, because it makes sense to us people with hands that we would only be able to use so many, but this is an abstract. Let's see. Let's look under combat. There's a combat example here. Maybe it says it under combats. That's kind of the overview of combat, but not the... This just said, some cards let you add strength during encounters. When you obtain a card like this, do not take a strength counter. That's all it says. It doesn't... let's see here. There's a character strength. Yeah. It's probably under like an item. Maybe like you can only have like 1 weapon, 1... But I'm not sure until I find the rule. Like, hello, rule booklet. The rule booklet could be better, to be honest. Object carrying limits. You may never have more than 4 objects. Gold is not considered an object. Oh, here we go. You may only use 1 weapon at a time, save for the warrior who has a special ability that lets him use 1 additional weapon. So there you go. You can only use 1 weapon. All right. There we go. Now we know the rest of the story. So he's got a sword and an axe, but you can only use 1 of them. All right, back to the dwarf. 1. I think he's going to go to the city. Again, I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to switch this over so I can make sure I know what the hell is going on here. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I know a lot of these spots have been changed, so that's why I'm double checking everything. So he is going to go to the city and check in with the enchantress, and he will roll a die. He rolls a 3. Lose 1 craft. He is actually going to spend a fate and roll it again. That's worse. Oh boy, here we go. He has turned into the slimy toad. Ooh, that's not good. For 1 turn. He is a slimy toad. Alright, the prophetess. Okay, the prophetess gets, if she gets a 1, she does get a 1. That is interesting because as a toad, you cannot benefit from or gain any additional strength or craft counters. You cannot benefit from, lose an object of gold, though you keep the ones you had. You cannot gain powers. You cannot gain or cast spells. Right. So, alright. So people like attacking you can like... actually, you retain... No, you have a strength and a craft of 1. So, I mean, yeah, it's not... really not that great. She can't use this weapon even if she steals it from him. Oh, I think... hang on a second. I believe when you turn into a toad, all your items go to that spot. I believe... well, that's the way it used to be. We should double check because they have changed a lot of the rules. A lot of them I've liked so far, to be honest. Toads, here we go. And you can see it's got the new rule thing on it, so let's look at it. You may be transformed into a toad by landing on a certain board space or drawing a certain card. As a toad, you will be weaker. Place a toad token on top of your character. If you become a toad, you may only move 1 space at a time and must follow the same rules for space and characters encounters. You may not gain or cast spells. You may not use any of your character's special abilities. Your strength is 1, your craft is 1. You may not use gain counters to add to your strength or craft. You may not lose or gain objects, gold. You may not lose or use or gain powers, objects, gold. Though you keep the ones you had before you became a toad. Okay, so that is different. It used to be you dropped everything and it was very punishing to become a toad. I think they kind of nerfed that, which I kind of like. You may not use fate, though you keep the fate you had. You keep your trophies that you have and can still use trophies. Avoid landing on trophies, however, you must discard any strength or craft you gain as a toad after you turn back into your character. If you lose any life as a toad, you do not get them back when you turn back into your character. At the end of the turn as a toad, you turn back into your character. Remove the toad token from your character card. Okay. So that is a bit different. It used to be, you dropped all your stuff in the space, and it was very brutal. And I do like that change where now if you turned into a toad, it's not the end of the world, and it doesn't really nerf you 100%. So that's good to know. So the dwarf is still, well, he's a dwarf, or he's a toad. We all know, oops, come on. He's a toad. She's not really interested in anything he has anyways. He's not really interested in trying to damage him. He's got a ton of life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she is just going to move in the spot and encounter the Enchantress. Enchantress it is. Oh, that's bad. She would turn into a toad, but she's going to spend her last fate. She get a bonus? No. No. No, she got no bonus. This Enchantress has been very evil so far. 6. Now that's going to be good. Gain 1 spell, so she's gained another spell, which is very good for her because she can cast lots of spells. She's gained temporal warp. Casting started a turn before you move. You may immediately take 3 successive turns before passing to the next player. Are you kidding me? She can take 3 turns in a row? That seems pretty good. Alright, the assassin's like, damn, I wish I was over there. I would like to eat your faces off. He rolls a 1. I guess he's going to the tavern and he's going to encounter something at the tavern. He rolled a 5, which is a wizard offers to teleport you to any outer region space as your next move, and he's like, yes, thank you very much. So he's got the wizard boost next turn, which means he can land on anybody's space he wants. And the dwarf is like, oh great, I am a toad, and he's going to probably, no, he won't come to kill me because I will be out of a toad at the end of my turn. So he will go 1 space. He's got to encounter the fields, which is a prince, a fowler. And he cannot take fowlers as a toad. So the prince will stay here until someone comes and lands on that space and encounters the space. And then he will, poof, become not a toad anymore. Alright, so that was the dwarf. We're back to the prophetess. Bling. I think she's just going to counter the fields and see what she gets. What? Crown of the Archmage magical object. Add 2 to your craft. Oh, she likey that. She likes that. Wow. The Crown of the Archmage adds 2 to her craft? Are you kidding me? She's got a magical holy lance. She's got the Crown of the Archmage. She's sitting pretty here. Alright, assassin. Now he can go anywhere he wants. I think the assassin's going to come and land on the prophetess there. He's going to have him teleport him over there. And he is not going to assassinate her, but he is going to attack her. Because he wants to take an item from her. So, the assassin will roll this die. The prophetess will roll this die. It'll be a battle of 3 + 1, 4 versus 3 + 1, 4. So it's whoever rolls better on this dice. So the assassin has won. She does not have any tokens to re-roll. So she has lost the battle with the assassin. Now, because it's a normal fight and not an assassination, he can take an item or he can cause her to lose a life. If he was going to cause her to lose a life, though, he would just assassinate her. So he's after an item. And I think he's going to take the crown of the Archmage away from her. And she's very sad about that. Because this adds 2 to crafting. And he doesn't have any way to add anything to his crafting, so he's very happy with that. So the assassin is finally getting to do assassination things and very happy. Alright, the dwarf is now no longer a toad, so he will roll a die. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The fields. He can land over here now and join in on the fun fight over here. He's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got a 6 attack. He's got 5 plus 1. He would have a 6 attack. She would have a 4 attack, and he would have a 4 attack as well. So he would be 2 up on any one of these characters if he wanted to try and take something from them. She's got her... Oh, you know what? Time out. Time out. She will say, screw that. I forgot. She's got this spell. Cast as required on a character, follower, or enemy card. If cast on a character, follower, when they would lose a life or be defeated, it prevents the loss of life or defeat. So she has not been defeated. So he does not get anything as a reward. He's like, oh, curse you, you stupid prophecies. So she will cast this and keep her crown of the Magi. He is not able to steal that. So now she doesn't have that spell anymore, though. So let's see. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The dwarf is going to come here and try and take on the prophetess now. And he will roll this dice. She will roll this dice. He's got a 5 plus 1, 6. She's got 3 plus 1, 4. So the dwarf is a plus 2. Oh, come here. Plus 2 versus the prophetess. The prophetess is getting very angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. So the dwarf is going to win 4-3, and she doesn't have any rerolls. So she will lose, and again, now the dwarf will take the crown and says, thank you, Mr. Assassin, for doing your assassinating things, because I really want that crown. That's plus 2 to craft, which is very good, because he's weak in craft. Now all of a sudden he's pretty good in craft. And the sorceress, or the prophetess, is now very sad. And she's going to use the magical porter to get away from these guys. And she's going to roll. No, she can't do that on her turn. Only when she lands there. So she's got to roll her dice. And I guess she's like very sad she used up all of her fate points. 3. She lands on the shrine. What does it do? Yeah, so she's going to go 1, 2, 3 and land on the shrine. Alright, so it's going to do something. What is it going to do? No, nothing happens. Oh, the very unlucky. Very unlucky for the prophetess. Very unlucky. On to the assassin now, who's like, I got a target. 2 is not my target, though. 1, 2, no. 1, 1, 2. He's going to go to the plains and draw a card. Water bottle. There you go. So he's got a water bottle, a shield, a sword, an axe. He's got a lot of stuff. Dwarf. 2. He could go after the assassin, actually, if there was... He's got a +2 against the assassin. He could try to take it. He's already got a weapon. So weapons aren't good, but he could get a water bottle, which might be nice, or a shield. So again, the dwarf is going to... Yep, he's going to go after the assassin now. The dwarf is on a rampage. Dwarf will roll this one. The assassin will roll this one. Dwarf is a 6. Assassin is a 4. So he's a +2. Dwarf is on a rampage, killing people. The assassin could spend a thing, but he knows he's got to roll at least a 5 or a 6 to make this. A 5 makes it equal. A 6 would win. Is it worth a fate token? No. So the dwarf is going to say, thank you very much. I will take your shield from you. And thanks so much for playing. All right. Prophecies is like, leave me alone. Get away from me, you jerks. When I get strong, I'm going to come after you guys. She is going to play that. She's going to cast this, the Temporal Warp. Cast at the start of your turn before you move. You may immediately take 3 turns in a row. So she's going to take 3 turns in a row. This is going to be turn number 1. Turn number 1. Oh, and she gets a new spell, which is going to be Immobility. Cast on a character at any time or cast on another character on their turn before they move. If cast on a creature, you evade the creature. If cast on a character, they roll a die. Yeah, okay. So she'll be casting that on the assassin to piss him off. All right, turn 1. She's going to do 6. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's in the woods. Away from everyone. She's going to get to fight a hobgoblin. Hobgoblin has got a strength of 3. And she's got a strength of 3 plus 1, 4. So she's +1 against the hobgoblin. +1. And she loses badly, actually. So she's not even going to... Well, she can't re-roll. So she loses a life. Wow. And the hobgoblin will stay there. That was turn 1. Turn 2. She will start. Move 2 spaces. And she will go to the tavern. She will roll a 5, which allows her to get the wizard, which will move her to any space she wants at the end of this turn. So turn 3, and the wizard will teleport her to any space on the outer board that she would like to go to. And she's got plenty of gold. Maybe she comes over to the blacksmith, although she doesn't need a sword. She could use some armor. So Yeah, you know what? She is going to come over here and see the blacksmith. She can spend 3 money to get an armor. 1, 2, 3. Which will give her the armorer. And she's got 1 money left. She could buy the helmet or the sword. She already has that helmet. No, she's not going to buy the helmet. She'll keep her money. She'll keep her money. That's fine. Okay. So that's her 3 turns, and this goes away, and moves to the assassin. Now she's pretty far away from everyone over there. She's much happier with that. 5. Come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. He wants an encounter card. It's a cave place. The cave remains here for the rest of the game. Roll a die. 1. Ambushed by goblins, lose a life. Oh, brother. You know what? He's going to spend a fate and re-roll that. Spend a fate and re-roll. He's got plenty of fates. Roll high. 2. Not great. Still ambushed and still losing a life. Oh, boy. Yeah, he started with 4, so he's down to 3. So the goblins have done more damage to them than any other character has. Wow, awesome. Back to the dwarf. 5. Could come after him again if you wanted to. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the dwarf is going to actually just go to the cave. I think he's got something. When rolling in the cave, add 1 to the die rolls. So he gets to roll a die and add 1 in the cave. And that's a 6. So he's going to gain 3 gold. Congratulations, dwarf. The prophecies. 6. Gonna go back over there and she's going to work at the tavern here. 3 is gamble and gain 1 gold. Okay. So she's got a gold. Assassin. 6. Going to the forest. Witch lurks here in the space for the rest of the game. Wow, we got a boatload of stuff. And roll a die. 2. Loses another life to the witch. He just lost a life to the goblins. Now he lost a life to the witch. The poor assassin's getting beat up all of a sudden. The dwarf, he rolls a 6, which means he could go after the assassin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's going to. He's a +2 to attack. 3 + 1 is a 4 for the assassin. The assassin will be this dice +4. The dwarf is 5 plus 1, 6. So he's a +2. Dwarf is rolling this one. Assassin rolling this one. +2 for the dwarf. Well, the assassin has to re-roll or he's going to lose, so he might as well. And now the dwarf can re-roll, and if he rolls the dwarf is going to re-roll. And if he rolls a 3 or higher, he's still going to win. And he wins. So, and he's going to take a life from the assassin. So the assassin's down to 1 life. Assassin is now nervous. Prophecies is like, I could go kill him now. Ha 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 ha. 6. Let's come here, or she can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the city over there. And she's going to roll on the enchantress over there. And roll a 5. Gain 1 strength. Wow. So 1 strength. Very nice. Back to the assassin, who now is looking at the healer over here. He rolls a stinking 1. But the assassin is going to spend a fate and move 6 spaces to the cave. And he's going to hope he doesn't roll a 1 or a 2 or these goblins are going to kill him again. He rolled a 6, which is going to be gain 3 gold. So he's very happy with that. Now it's the dwarf's turn. He's like, well, dwarf, if you're going to come after me, you're going to have to roll a 6. He rolled a 3. And you cannot spend fate to move 6 spaces because there's already a character there. He could spend a fate to move 5 spaces, but he can't spend a fate to land on another character. So he rolled a 3. He's going to come to the fields. Wolf, strength 2. The dwarf has got a strength of 6, so he's a +4 against this poor wolf. Oh my gosh. It's tied. So he's going to spend this and hope he rolls a 3 or higher. He does and kills the wolf. Prophecies. Oh, the witch is there, right. The prophecies. 6. He's going to go back to the tavern. And she's going to spend 2 gold to get teleported to the temple next turn. Ooh, going to the temple and we're gonna get married. Pay 2 gold. You are given passage to the temple on your next move. Alright, so we'll see how that goes for her. So we go to the assassin. The assassin will roll. He rolls a 3. And he's going to spend a fate. Just move 1 space. The healer will heal him 2 life. 1, 2. So he's not nearly dead anymore. So he feels much better about life now. Much better about life. Dwarf. He had to use a lot of fate to do that, but fate, the dwarf got a 1. He is neutral. So he's neutral, he's going to gain a fate. So gaining a fate, I guess, is better than going here and doing nothing. And then it's the prophecies turn. Oh, wait, no, she's going to the temple, right. So she rolls 2 dice. She wants to roll as high as possible. Wow, double sixes? Are you kidding me? That's got to be something pretty good. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. Oops, wrong cards. This here. She gains a talisman. If you roll a 12, you gain a talisman. So she doesn't need to try to complete quests. She just gets a talisman. Wow. Okay, well that could make her a big old target. So that's going to be interesting. But she's gone to the temple and she rolled a frickin' 12, which gave her a talisman. That is huge. Cardboard Commander, what is going on? You played the original game. It seems to last forever. It does. It does. It can last for a long time. Depending on how easy characters level up and how hard things are they come across and all that. Yes, it can be a beast. That is for sure. All right. We're going to the Assassin's turn. I do like some of the changes to 5th edition, though. I do like some of the changes for sure. One space. He's going to go back here. And he is going to roll. Hopefully not be assassinated by the goblins again. 5. Gain 2 gold. So he's finding all kinds of gold in this cave here. He's got 5 gold. All right, back to the dwarf. The look in the cards looks so much better. It does look very nice. It does look very nice. The art is awesome. The quality of the components are very nice. You got these very nice detailed miniatures, which, let's see if I can get one to zoom in on my hand here. Today would be nice. Come on. Come on, camera. I know you can do it. Come on, stupid camera. Oh my God. I can literally go in quicker with my focus because you won't freaking autofocus. I will force you to focus on my. So nice detailed miniatures. Good looking stuff there. The card art and quality is really nice. Yeah, really nice, good looking stuff. Now, where the hell was she? Oh yeah, she's in the temple, right. Okay, whose turn? It's the dwarf's turn. Dwarf is here. Let's see what he goes. 2. Oh boy, you can go after the assassin again and keep beating him down. He doesn't have anything to really steal, but he can go back to the cave because the dwarf gets a +1 when rolling in the cave. So roll 4 +1 is 5, gaining 2 gold. So these guys have got a boatload of money. Dwarf has got 7 money. Are you kidding me? Holy crap. All right, back to the prophetess here. She's in the inner region now. 3. 1, 2, 3. Go to the castle. Heal up to your starting life value. She will do that. So she's going to heal up to her starting life value because she lost a life somewhere along the lines. And now she's back to max. Very nice. All right, back to the assassin. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The plains. He's going to come over here to the plains and find a phantom. The first evil character to encounter this card will be granted one of the following wishes of their choice. Well, he is evil, as you can see now. He can gain a gold, a spell, a strength, a craft, a life, or a fate, or teleport to any space. He is going to gain a strength. Stupid dwarf keeps trying to kill him, so he's going to gain his strength. Boom. Then this card is discarded. Okay, so boom, done. I do like how quick these turns go and everything, very quick. So that's awesome. Just thought I would let you know, hey Mike, how you doing? That I finished a game of Explore It and I won. I beat the Magi Adamon. Pretty epic game. Wow. Really? I got to try that one. That is going to be 2025, one of my goals. Play another round of Explore It. And use my campaign book. I spent all that money on the campaign book. But that is awesome, Mike. Wow, that is truly epic. I would have liked to have seen it. You should have done it online for us. You should have put it on your channel. Mike, you got a channel. Use it. Use it. Use it, man. Use it. Dwarf, what are you doing? 6. You go to the shrine. What does the shrine give us? Good stuff. Or you can go to the witch. What do we get from the witch? Gain the strength, gain the craft, gain the spell. Get your fate back. You know what? This is gain fate, gain gold, gain spell, gain a life. Yeah, you know what? He's actually thinking the witch is better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go see the witch. He will roll a die. We can play again. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. All right, the witch is a 4, which is replenish fate up to your starting value. No, that's a 6, sorry. Gain 1 craft is what happens to the dwarf. That's actually pretty good for him. The dwarf is becoming a little beast. He's got 4 craft plus 2 because of the crown. That's 6. He's got 5, 6. He's got 6 and 6, so that's a pretty good start. That's a pretty good start. The dwarf is much higher than everyone else. A few points higher than everyone else. All right, back to the prophetess. Where is she at? Oh, she's here. 3. She's going to draw 3 cards in the Hidden Valley. 1, 2, 3. So, wow. Oh, she drew 3 places. Are you kidding me? And they're all 6s. So as she encounters them in any order she wants, the marks will remain here for the rest of the game. Roll a die. If the roll result is greater than your strength, skip your next turn. Fountain of Wisdom, which is a place. When drawn, place 4 craft counters on this card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each character may drink from the fountain once per encounter and gain a craft. When all 4 crafts are gone, then discard this. And then we have the maze. The maze will remain here for the rest of the game. Roll a die. If the roll result is greater than your craft, skip your next turn. Okay, so we will encounter these in this order. Marsh. Roll a die. If it's higher than your strength, nope, she's got a 4 strength, so that's nothing happens in the marsh. She will gain a craft. So she's up to 6 craft. Yes, wow. She will have a big boy 5 crafts. So she's up to, come here, you stupid thing. 6 craft, very nice. Wait. She's got a 5. Oh no, those are the other tokens that go in this, right? And then the maze, she has to roll a die, and if she rolls higher than her craft, she will skip her next turn. She doesn't, so she's not lost in the maze. Okay, so there's a lot going on in that space. That's pretty cool. I do like the 5th edition so far. I really do. It adds a different kind of flair. There's a lot more cards that come out and change the landscape. Some of the rules with how you spend your fate have been changed. The artwork is really good. So far, a really good start to this. The Assassin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She come back to the cave again. Oh my god. Yeah. He's going to just keep getting a load of money. 3. Nothing happens. Okay, so he doesn't gain anything. Dwarf. Dwarf is going to go to the ruins and draw 2 cards. We have to get some account. Oh, look at that! In a flash of dazzling light, the talisman blinds to your soul. You may only enter the Valley of Fire if you have one of the fabled talisman. Once again, a talisman cannot be intentionally dropped. It does not count towards your object carrying capacity. And you also find a sword. Add 1s to his strength, but that's not great because he already has the rune sword. So he's got 4 objects. This does not count as an object. So now 2 characters actually have talismans. 2 characters already have talismans. Wow, that's pretty good. All right, Preface. She could try to go into the center, but she's not powerful enough. She's only got 4 strength. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to go to the fields. Serpent. Enemy strength of 4. She is a 5, so she's a +1 to this die. Enemy is this die. Oh, so she would fail this. And she would lose a life, right? So she's got armor. Let me make sure she doesn't have anything else. Let's see. She's got +1. 4 + 1 is 5. He's a 4, so she's a +1. So that would take it to a 3. Yeah. She can't even tie it. And she doesn't have any talisman or any fate to re-roll it either. So she will lose a life. And that means this serpent will stay here. Alright. I also like the fact that you upgrade now your stats. I like how you upgrade your stats based upon your current value. So if you got a value of 4, then you need 5 total enemies. If you have a 2 strength, you only need 3 to upgrade. So it's very quicker in the beginning to upgrade a little bit, which is nice. Alright, so that was her. We go back to the Assassin. And we're only going to take a couple more turns, and I think I might call this an episode. We might be back later, but I'm going to take a little bit of a break. So we'll have the assassin go. He rolled a 5. It's going to go to the plains over there. Enchanter Stranger, the first character with the craft of 4 or higher. The assassin does not have a 4 or higher. So no one will encounter this card. She will grant you a wish, either gain a gold, a spell, a craft, a fate, or a life. Wow. So if you have a craft of 4 or higher, that's the dwarf or the prophetess. Will show up over there. And it's going to be the dwarf's turn first, but he's farthest away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could come after the serpent, actually. Or he can come after her, but I think he's going to come after the serpent. Because the serpent will give him a strength of 4, plus the 2 from this was 6, which is higher than his 5, so he can turn those 2 characters into upgraded strength. So he's going to try to attack this. It is a 4. He is a 5 plus 1 for this weapon is a 6. So he is 2 higher than the enemy. 6. He rolled a 6, so he definitely defeats the enemy. And now he can take the 2 plus the 4 from the serpent, 2 from the wolf. He's got a strength of 6. He turns these in. He has a strength of 5, so he turns this in for a new level in strength. He is now a 6. So I'll give him a big and a little. There we go. He's got a strength of 6, pretty good. Plus he's got the sword. He also has the rune sword, which gives him, if he attacks something and kills it, he heals 1 hit point. But he hasn't taken any damage because nobody's willing to take him on. So that's the dwarf's turn. Prophetess. 1. Oh, that is a bad number. She's going to go see the mystic and hope the mystic gives her something good. Please, mystic, give me something good. 2. She's ignored. Nothing happens. Okay. The assassin. He's going to go to the fields. Pool of life. When drawn, place 4 life counters on here. You can bathe once and gain a life per visit. Okay, so we have the pool of life. We're just lined up with all kinds of stuff over here. We have the pool of life, the shrine, the enchantress. All right, dwarf turn. 6. That is a field or the magical portal. He's going to just encounter the field, which is a marketplace. To buy swords, helmets, water bottles, shields, mules, and rafts. Now, if this place already has a place, what happens to the place if there's already a place? Does it replace the place, or do we just ignore that? That is a great question. Places. Follow the rule on the card. Some places required you to roll a die. That's all it says, really? Well, follow the rules on the cards. Okay, that's nothing. No, of course not. Doesn't help at all. Okay, let's see if it's here. Oh my god. Not the greatest rule booklet in the board. What is going on here? That was no help at all. No help at all. None. I thought this rule booklet was good in the beginning, but now the last couple times we looked for things, just can't find it. If it's already got a place, we draw another place, I wonder if you must encounter a place when you land on the place, I wonder if that's all right, we will assume that's the rule because I don't know. I'm just going to shuffle this back in then. I mean, there's got to be a rule on, because sometimes you draw multiple cards. So if you draw like this one here, we drew 3 places. Like, what do you do in that case? I put all 3 of the places there. There's got to be a rule on this. I mean, come on. There's got to be a rule. I'm going to have to get on Geek and see. Let me see on the Geek what's going on here. See if there's any rules. Frequently asked questions. Nope, nothing. Not a damn thing. Let's go back to the front page and see if there's like a questions section. Encountering spaces with cards. Looking to see if anyone else has this question. There's somebody posted a lot of questions, but I don't see this specific question. Nope, I don't see anything. So maybe it's in the rule book and I'm just missing it, which is a possibility because I haven't read this from cover to cover because it's not that complex a game. I'm not wasting time to reading this rule booklet from cover to cover. Toads, casting spells, adventure cards. There are places, but all it says in their places, follow the rules on the card. Some places require you to roll a die when you encounter, while other places reward you each time you visit. And then if you look under adventure cards, it's nothing about like each spot can only contain 1 card or something would be nice, but it doesn't say anything like that. Follow the rules on the card. If the card says you lose your turn, your turn ends immediately. If you're not meant to encounter additional cards, the The counter has a lost turn. Otherwise, lose your next turn instead. Then if you encounter enemies, spirits, strangers, objects, foulers, fighting creatures. Yeah, that's not going to help us. Drawing cards. But this is like drawing your cards. Oh my god, attacking another character. All right, well, we're just going to have to house rule what we're doing. And in this case, I think you have to encounter the new, yeah, we're just going to say, if it's got a thing on it, you have to encounter the new thing. You can't choose to ignore this thing and do the thing underneath. So that's the way we'll play it. Maybe that's the way it was designed. I'm not sure. Whose turn? So the assassin, did he do anything? Right, he got the pool of life, so he's done. And I think I hate to do it, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and call this an episode right now. So, yeah, we've been going for how long? Almost 2 hours. It can go on. This is one of these games that can go on for 2 more hours, 3 more hours, 4 more hours. It just depends on how long it takes for the characters to level up and get powerful enough to enter the center and go after the boss at the end. So you've got a very deadly path in the middle, which of course is all covered up by this stuff right now because you don't use that until more than halfway through the game. It's towards the end of the game. It's kind of a race. Once characters become powerful enough, then they're entering into the shrine, the portal of power. Using the portal of power, just to get through there, you must roll 2 dice. And to pick the lock, you either have, you need to be higher in your strength or your craft based upon your dice. So, like, let's say we're going to try and smash it open. We need higher than an 11 strength. There's nobody that's gotten even close to an 11 strength. So, I mean, I could roll like, a 5 or 3 or 2 or 1 or whatever. But, I mean, the law of averages says this is going to be on average a 7. And right now, nobody's got a 7. And you have to be higher than that. No, I'm sorry. The result is equal to... Yeah, if the dice roll is equal to or less than your ability, then you fail. Oh, I see. Yeah, so whatever like if your strength is a 4, you're going to have to roll 4 or less to be successful. If you're 6, like you're the dwarf, you got a 6, you got to roll a 6 or less to be successful. So, yeah, it's not very easy. And then as you go inside this center area, you've got to fight some pretty tough things. So, I mean, these characters are not ready to go to the middle yet. I mean, yes, they've bumped up a few of their stats, but they're not ready to fight the boss at the end, that's for sure. But anyways, it's still a good, great, fun, interesting game. I appreciate everyone coming out and checking it out. And, let me know your thoughts and comments about Talisman, the Magical Quest game 5th edition. I do like some of the changes to 5th edition. I do. Being able to use your fate to move, but not onto a space that has another character. You can fine-tune, like, oh, I need to land on the healer and get healing. That was one of the things I didn't like about Talisman 4th edition, was you can literally... keep rolling and bouncing back and forth trying to get on a space and never rolling that space for like 10 turns. It's very frustrating. Now, as long as you have a fate, boom, and nobody's on that space, you can just land on it, which makes landing on spaces and doing things much easier, which makes the flow of the game much faster, which I do like that. I do like that. Trying to think of some of the other changes. I do like how they outline those in the rule booklet with the big, like, here's the new thing. Let's see. Let me just glance through the rule booklet. When you turn into a toad, which was one of the biggest problems before, was when you turned into a toad, you would drop all your items. Like, literally, you drop every one of your items in that space, and you're screwed because you lose everything. Then your next turn, you take, as a toad, you move off of that space, and you can't do anything because you got one craft and one strength, and you have no items. And then at the end of the turn, you're poof back up to normal, right? Great. But then you got to try and go retrieve all your stuff again because your stuff was laying where the spot where you turned a toad. This doesn't make that happen anymore, which is one of the greatest changes to becoming a toad. You keep all your stuff with you. So no one can come and just steal all your crap that you spent the whole game gathering. Somebody else just lands on your spot and takes all your good stuff, and then you're screwed. No. And that was never a fun moment in anyone. And that's why, like, becoming a toad was like the worst thing in the game. And it was brutally harsh on a character. So this way, it's not as bad on a character. Let's see what else they have. So now when you lose all your lives, you've been defeated. Your turn immediately ends. Place your character in the village space. All of your objects, magical items, flowers, spells, trophies, gold, strength, craft counters, and fate tokens stay with your character. Another thing. So when somebody kills you, you don't lose everything and drop everything again. It's just you don't. So I like those changes for sure. We already talked about the moving parts. Attacking another character. The winner claims the reward by forcing the losing character to lose a life, or by taking one object or goal from the losing character. If it was a battle of strength, the loser may use an item to prevent losing a life. If it's a tie, it's a standoff and neither character is harmed. I don't know how that's different than the original game. Encounter at the Warlock's Cave. Once you get a talisman, if you have a quest from the Warlock, you immediately lose your quest now if you gain a talisman by any other means, which I think always should have been a rule, to be honest. I like the new leveling up system. So there's a lot of very good changes to the 5th edition to make it more balanced, more, you're not just trying to kill another player because they're going to drop all their stuff, and then everyone goes over and tries to scarf up all the good stuff that they spent 2 hours running around gathering all this stuff, then they die, and then everyone goes and just picks their corpse clean of goodies. And that was never what I think the original design was, and I never liked that. So I think this prevents that from happening because you don't lose all your stuff now. It goes with you. So I appreciate that. Anyway, so let me know your thoughts, comments, suggestions, questions. We got another game coming up later. I'll probably be putting this away for a little bit. And I wanted to try it out. It's another brand new game to our repertoire in 2024. That's our 3rd new game in 2024 so far. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you soon. Until then, my friends, you take care of yourselves, and don't you forget, I will see you all down the line. Bye for now.